Welcome back, everybody, to Pure Picks for another edition of Best Bets. Before we begin, again, if you guys could just take 3 seconds to just quickly hit the like button at the bottom of the video, would really appreciate it, and it would really mean a lot to me. So let's get started. Quick UFC 303 recap. Overall, we profited 5.3 units for 71% ROI. So we only risked 7.44 units, profited 5.3. So overall, a really, really great night. As for my best bet, Joe Pyfer and Alex Pereira, that hit again. Come on now. So for these two fights, man, the line movement really surprised me. As I mentioned in my last video, I thought Joe Pyfer, his line was gonna balloon to like minus 400 or just get steadily wider. But it kind of just floated at minus 300. And then Alex Pereira, an even more surprising line movement, it got down to a pick 'em. So like, who the fuck was betting on Mark Andre and Yuri, man? Just very surprising. Like, I couldn't believe it. I personally hammered more on Pyfer and Pereira when I saw that. So yeah, it's just weird, man. Like, I really can't, like, on what basis could you bet Yuri, right? Like, just because he took down Pereira in the first fight for 30 seconds, just because he stunned Pereira with 2 or 3 shots in the first fight. Like, he's against the GOAT kickboxer here. So very surprising, man. Like, that shit was weird. So, but that worked out in our favor. Just get better lines. So best bet, hit again. I mean, look, if you guys go back to my very first best bet video and just accumulate all of the best bets from the beginning to now, it's got to be up like 20 units. And these are on 1 unit bets. So, personally, I think I'm one of the best at doing this shit. I think I have a natural gift for just reading fights in general. And it's not even just having a big ego. Um, I just think I'm the best, at reading some fights, right? Some fights I'm not good at. Like, for example, the Julian Robertson and Michelle Watterson. If you could see here, we have a 2 unit bet on that for Julian Robertson to win. Now, I originally was kind of against that. I thought that Michelle Watterson had a chance on the feet. So obviously, Robertson looked like a minus 5,000. So some fights I'm not good at reading at, but for those fights, I just don't put a play on it. And that's why I have James and Gerard to kind of give me their thoughts on it. But, for the fights that I'm confident in, like, come on now, like the record speaks for itself. Go back to my first video and just record everything. Like, I'm up. It's got to be like 20 units. So, expect that trend to continue. Again, I'm not going to hit every week. Like one of these weeks, my best bet is going to whiff and you guys can talk your shit. So, but until that happens, I get to talk my shit. So, um, yep. So overall, up 5.3 units. Happy with our result, especially because we only risked 7.44 units. So 71% ROI. Now, to get into the next UFC event, UFC Fight Night, Namajunas versus Cortez. I have a best bet out already. Wanted to get in early before there's potentially line movement that works against us. So for this week, it's going to be also another 2-leg parlay, both money lines, and it's going to be C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez to win, and Luana Santos to win. So I already alerted our Discord members. It's going to be a 2 unit bet to win 2.04 units to win 2 units. So we'll start with Christian Rodriguez. I like C-Rod here just because I think he's the much cleaner fighter. He's more defensively sound, especially Julian Erosa. He gets hit a lot. And what's interesting is if you look at each of these guys, like their past opponents, stylistically, it's going to be I think a new style for both of these fighters. So Julian Erosa, he's been fighting kind of long and lanky fighters in his last three fights, guys that are just going to really poke you from the outside. So Alex Caceres, Ricardo Ramos, and who is the other one? Padilla. So three guys that are really going to have it be a stand-up fight and just poke you from the outside. And then for Christian Rodriguez, his past few opponents have all been fighters who are going to, willingly engage in grappling and clinches. And that's kind of C-Rod's bread and butter, is kind of like that anti-wrestling, anti-grappling. So stylistically, it's going to be a different fight. I think, Erosa just gets hit way too much, and Christian Rodriguez is too defensively sound that I think he's going to find his moment to tag Erosa. And whether it's, from having the bigger moments to getting a decision victory, or finding the knockout or the sub, I think he's gonna have the edge everywhere in the grappling, in the stand-up, and it's mainly going to be because of his defensive-minded technique. So that's gonna be the first leg, C-Rod to win. And then for the second leg, I have Luana Santos. Now, this is more like buying the dip. Now, I think the odds opened up as minus 300 plus for Luana Santos. So Agapova has been getting some dog action, bet to a minus 225. So Agapova, I think she has solid stand-up actually. Especially in the first round, she can be really dangerous. She can really overwhelm her opponents with head kicks and straight lefts, especially from her southpaw stance. But I think Luana Santos, uh, what I like about Luana Santos is she likes to maintain a pretty healthy range and then just dart in and out with 2, 3 punch combinations. So really, I think Luana Santos just needs to stay stay very sound in the first round, especially if Agapova is looking to kind of overwhelm and go all out in the first round. Because Agapova does gas out towards um, as the fight goes on, she will gas, and she can get taken down. Now, Agapova is decent at like raining down elbows if the opponent is, pushing her against the cage. Like if you go back to the Jillian Robertson fight, she did a lot of damage to her. But I think with Luana Santos and her judo background, if she does get into a little bit of trouble, she'll be able to kind of uh, utilize that judo background, get her against the cage, and look for a takedown because she'll also be able to get Agapova down to the ground. Now, Santos isn't the best at maintaining top position, but I think she'll be able to ride Agapova uh, against the cage and get into a clinch fest if she needs to. And if it remains standing, again, I think Santos will maintain very healthy distance and just poker in and out, in and out. So there you guys have it. Two-leg parlay, 2.04 units to win 2 units. If you guys haven't already join our Discord. It's free. Or you can sign up for the $10 membership at purepicks.gg. So this next fight night is going to be in 2 weeks. So looking forward to it. I also have a couple of other Giga locks that I'm very confident in, but the lines have not dropped yet. So join us at Pure Picks, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks for another edition of Best Bets. So good luck, guys, and happy 4th of July.
Here we live!